Hello, welcome to another Virgo product tutorial. Today we're talking about streamlining invoice management and the AP invoice workflow and process for your business. The problems with AP invoice entry today is a lot of it is manual. So teams are manually getting invoices pulled into their inbox. They are adding and coding and updating with amounts, dates, the vendor. They are adding some enrichment to that, so some coding. And usually they're downloading it from their email into a folder, some sort of structure, and then adding that structure into their ERP when they add the invoice information, having two screens up at a time, looking at two different things, and there's a lot of room for potential error. We also hear that the approval process is quite difficult for the software and importing these invoices into the software. And what happens is it delays all of the invoicing data coming into the system. Some teams have been telling us that they're thousands of invoices behind, and they just either need to throw bodies at it to get it done, which they don't want to incur that expense, and they need some sort of help. So Virgo helps in all three of those categories with helping pull in the invoices with OCR and AI technology to get all of the core details, and then giving the team fields directly from their ERP, so synced into their ERP for coding, allowing a complex approval process where you can set up workflows based on role, users, or other things like what job the invoice is for to route to a specific project manager. And then move it into your ERP daily, hourly, as quickly as possible to get that information into your ERP so you can make important business decisions based on each individual product. So that is the core problem that we're solving here, and we will just hop into the product and take a look. So in our Virgo dashboard, we can get an overview of some tasks that are being done on the expense side for transactions and approval process. And also within here, we have our bills functionality, and this is where the AP invoicing comes in. We have our account linked to our ERP, Jonas in this case, but we also connect to Spectrum, Foundation, Sage, any construction related ERP. That's what we specialize in, and that is what our key focus is. So unlike some of these other solutions out there, this is our core focus. Our beautiful dashboard in here is very intuitive. Any user can pick it up. There's no learning curve here. It's very, very clean and resembles kind of an iOS Apple style. So no complexity here, very low learning curve. If you have new employees coming on learning this, or someone who's retiring and someone's going to need to step in and fill that role. So very easy process here. We have at the top bills in their dashboard. We can set up an email forwarding service, so every time we receive a new bill and an AP invoice, it goes to this email and it ingests it directly into our dashboard with us not having to do anything. A lot of companies set up an email within their system, invoices at construction.co. It forwards to this specific invoice email set up for your business, and it gets forwarded. So you always have a copy within your email inbox, a copy within your Virgo dashboard here, and then it will start to ingest and pull in that information without you having to do anything. So it's a set it and forget it mentality. We also have all of the workflow and process and approval flow here. So we have all of our invoices at a glance. We can see on the side the status of these invoices, what data has been gathered for these invoices. So the number, the date, the due date, the amount, what user uploaded it. Does it have a file attached, or is it still missing a file? Does it have a memo? And then also, what is the status of that invoice? Is it new, approved, canceled, any of those? So let's go into uploading a bill and seeing what that process is like from my computer, although this could happen automatically through the email forwarding process. We have a lot of filtering options here as well, so you can get a detailed view of what's going on with your invoices. You can download them, all of the coding, all of the data and information, and you can sort them also by date created, invoice date, and the order. So if we go into create new bill, we can create it from scratch, and that is manually adding all of the information, uploading the image, attachment, but we don't want to do that. We want to automate a lot of this. So what we're going to do is upload a new invoice, and this bill has been created. And so now the invoice is being brought in and it's processing. I can see that. And almost instantly, if I refresh this page, it should be marked as new. It's very, very quick. It has pulled the invoice number, the invoice date, the due date, and the amount. And the user that I'm currently logged in as is Rich. And it says this status of this invoice is new. So if it's a new invoice, it needs some oversight. I have to check it out and start to enrich the data, verify the data, and then see if it's ready to get paid. So I can filter down my list further by new, which I always like to do. So it just shows me my current workflow. Okay, here are all the new bills that I have to go through, and we will choose our first one that we just imported here as an example. We can see the bill on the left here with some options for viewing. We can add a vendor directly from our ERP. So if our vendor is attached to our ERP, it will be pulled down here. I can also search for vendors, type in any name, and it also pulls up a recent history. So if you deal with the same vendors a lot, you can just quickly click this here and it's done. We can see that pulled in the invoice number, the date, the due date. I can add a memo if I like. And then here are where multiple line items come in, showing me that detailed view. A lot of ERPs have this OCR technology. They do not do line item level view. So this is something that we find our customers love. So it shows the item name, the quantity, the price, the amount, and then this is where I can enrich it with job data, cost type, cost item, GL account, your ERP specific fields. If it's phase codes, whatever your ERP has, whatever fields you need are imported here. Really easy. The user experience is really nice too. I can just tab over to everything, so it gives me that kind of Excel-like feeling, but with a beautiful layout. And item by item, I can delete the item here if I'd like. I can update it here. And this got everything perfect, so I don't need to change anything, add anything, but I just verified it and I added the vendor, and the total is here and it's done. So I can save and close. Or this other button here is I can mark as approved and submit for approval. So I'm going to go ahead and click submit for approval. Now I get automatically moved over to this side where this bill that I brought in is now in the submitted flow waiting to be approved. So as an AP clerk comes in, they bring in this data. They can bring in thousands of invoices at a time really easily. They can verify it, they can approve it, no dual screens, simple layout, beautiful looking dashboard. And now if I have admin rights and approvals, I can look over this bill here. So the AP clerk has submitted to me for approval. As an admin, I can come in and start to approve it. So I click in here, I look at everything, it looks good. Everything is grayed out here, so it's just like an overview. Are you approving it or not? We have a complex approval flow here where a specific admin or any user or multiple users can come in here, and you can set up this approval flow to be as custom as you want to approve this bill or reject it. In my options down here, I can reject, approve, or edit the bill. So if I reject it, it goes back into the flow. If I cancel it, cancels the invoice out completely, and I can upload a new one. Maybe the vendor has updated some information after discussing with them further about some fixing of this invoice, or I can approve it. And so since I'm logged in as Rich, this bill requires me to approve this bill, and I'm going to go ahead and approve it. This bill has been approved, successfully submitted, and here it is. So this bill is now in the approval flow, and now I am ready to report this to the ERP and mark it as reported. And it's really, really awesome that it is all approved and done here. And now what I can do is go through a syncing integration to my ERP and link everything over with one click. Everything's synced over. the vendor, the invoice date, and everything, and start to get that process flowing. So if I have POs that I have to add to this invoice, and I need to mark those POs as received, and then the invoice in my ERP as adding to that PO, I can do that all there. So everything from the automation standpoint and the approval flow standpoint is really what we're focusing on at this time. And that automation of pulling in data, that manual entry, as well as the approval flow, is this good? Is this ready to be reported and paid? If we have received all the POs, is done. The last tab here is the canceled tab. I don't have any canceled invoices here, so nothing's showing up. But that's it. That's the approval flow process and the bills flow process in Virgo. And now all I would do was simply push that to Jonas, push that to my ERP. I can download it as CSV as well and sync everything over. And our bills are sorted and done in a beautiful dashboard. So if you have many invoices to get through, if you have AP clerks that you're looking to hire to automate a process or to add bodies to a very difficult process, this helps tremendously. We also have many other modules here at Virgo that I will show you. So our other modules are expense management, focusing on credit card transactions, coding them, invoice automation module, which I just went through, cost and projections in the WIP module. It's on our YouTube channel. Please check it out. And forecasting and analytics is also on there. So great modules to check out. And if this piqued your interest at all, you would like to learn more about the software, super easy. You can get in touch directly with our CEO, rich@getvirgo.com. We will set up a personalized demo with you. We will walk you through this. Our product gets updated every 2 weeks. We are pushing out new features. We have an amazing clean mobile app for our expense management piece. Everything is beautifully designed, cutting edge technology, best practices for everything. And we push product updates every 2 weeks because what we've heard from customers is these legacy softwares promise things for years at a time. It never gets handled, never gets done. The software becomes more complex. And so they feel like they're having to piece together multiple systems in order to get one thing that works, which is why we have multiple modules. You can sign one up for your business account. If you love it, you can add the rest. You can add one at a time. You can add them, bundle them all together, whatever you'd like. But reach out to us for a personalized demo. We want to fix your biggest problem, get your business running, get this headache of streamlining your expenses from AP invoices to your credit cards, totally solved and totally efficient for you. So get in touch with us, and we hope to hear from you soon. Thank you.